Thought that I would live stream a little while I'm driving around town and just document some of the things that go on. Uh, if they stop doing it, fine. But and I realized I can see the questions on here when and I can read them when I'm stopped at like stop signs, stop lights, stuff like that. Um, yeah, it's amazing right now. Look at the traffic or lack thereof. I never. Oh no. Well, here's a car pulling up. There's a Dodge Durango right as I'm coming to the intersection. Damn, I spoke too soon. So all this is, I'm just driving to the post office. I'm gonna come home, drop my dog off, and take my daughter to the orthodontist appointment. And get home, get back to work. So I thought I'd time manage and make a driving video here in Avondale, Arizona. Good morning, whoever's here. So I saw a video today that was really interesting about the recent executive order that was signed March 1st of 2018. And it has to do with the UCMJ, the Uniform Code of Military Justice, and some different things like that. It's really interesting. It kind of seems like it matches up right with that Executive Order 13818 that was signed in December of 2017. And unless this is the biggest hoax ever in the history of the world, then it looks like things are going positive right now, and there should be something happening here real soon. I've been thinking that for a while, but uh, something big was supposed to happen on 11/11 on Veterans Day, and that's one of the numbers that I've been noticing for a long time, and I don't know if it's just me noticing that number or being influenced to notice it. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. Well, yeah, it kind of does if it's one thing. I heard they shut down CERN over in Sweden, and now I haven't verified any of this. I just read a couple stories, but we were looking into CERN like a couple months ago, researching it, trying to figure out what they're doing with it, what's the purpose. And then this thing that I read recently said that CERN was actually, and I don't know if this is correct, so somebody correct me if I'm not right. CERN was putting out some kind of frequency that actually affected our atmosphere and would affect people's moods. Which, if somebody told me that a couple years ago, I would have thought, no way. But now that I understand that a lot of things are electrical, uh, as far as humans go, it's very possible, highly probable. So hi to whoever is here, the three people that are here. All we're doing is driving to the post office. Just gonna document a little bit of this driving, but so far nobody's messing with me. I had one person pull out while I was pulling out of the neighborhood, but it's almost like these cameras act like a force field sometimes. Sometimes it's like they don't get the memo, and I can catch them, but it's interesting how that works. I know this is riveting news. Um, if anybody's just now watching my videos and you're wondering why I'm filming driving through traffic and there's really nothing going on, you kind of have to go back to my earlier videos of November 2017 when I started doing these, when I realized that I was a targeted individual. I hate using that word, but if you keep changing the word, people will not get it. It's the same thing that's used in marketing and advertising. Brainwashing, actually, is just using the same word over and over until it sinks into people's brains, until it sinks in. So that's why I put that on the title of all my videos. One of these days, my videos will only say Michael Barden. But that is the reason for that. So there's a post office near my house. Actually, if I turn right here, it's like down the street, take a left. That's right there. But if I go to the Goodyear airport, and we're actually going to go by a huge airport right here. I'm not 100% sure what they do with this airport. I would guess, because I don't recognize any of the, well, very few of the names on the airplanes. I'm guessing they ship cargo? I don't know. There's one of those towers right there. It looks like a palm tree. Alright, so this airport right here has some interesting history. Here, let's see it. This was a naval air station at one time, actually, out here in Goodyear. And Lockheed Martin has a facility right down this street where they used to have contracts for surveillance aircraft. And I don't know what else they did there, but that was one of their missions. And it looks like they've closed down that mission, and there's not much of Lockheed Martin going on here at this airport anymore, but they do still have a office there. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but Maricopa, something county, swerving all over the place. Good job. Anyway, this is the airport over here. It seems like a lot of the planes that will fly directly over my house, or the helicopters will fly directly over my house, are coming into this airport. And so that would make sense if there's a lot of air traffic around here and the planes would fly over my house occasionally. So that's not the issue that I talk about. It's the timing of it. Actually, I'm going to upload a couple videos. Well, as soon as I remember, as soon as I get time, I'm going to upload a couple videos to YouTube from as I drove into my house, as I drive into my driveway. As soon as I get out of my truck, I hear the helicopter. I get out quick, turn my video camera on, the guy goes really low directly over my house within 5 seconds of me pulling into my driveway. Now that's happened, I've lost count how many times. I've got it on film a few times. So I'll upload those. I'll go back to the executive order that was signed in December. It talks about state-funded terrorism. that really sounds to me like they have an eye on what's going on with this organized stalking harassment campaign, gang stalking of targeted individuals, and gives me a little bit of hope. This is amazing. Okay, so this is I don't know. You guys have seen my other videos with all of the ridiculous traffic, and I'm live streaming now. Yesterday I tried to live stream, and my connection kept going out over and over and over. As soon as I would come back on, out again, have to hit retry. So now I'm driving through town, and I don't seem to have any kind of issue. So if I'm missing something, why that would have done that yesterday while I'm driving through Phoenix, and today it's perfectly fine in that I'm not getting any kind of harassment. Yeah, why would that do that? I'm not the biggest tech guy, so maybe somebody could explain that to me. So Willis is here with me. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize I could do this. I just realized I could do that. So since there's no auto mobbing going on, Willis, you want to say hi? Say hi, buddy. So we have a tough time when it rains around here because he thinks the windshield wipers are something bad trying to get us, and he wants to attack the windshield wipers to protect us. So let's see. What's this? First. Oh, were you first to comment? Cool. See, that's how low tech I am. I didn't realize I could just push the little camera here. Switch around. Alright, so I do have a guy, so I'm in the middle lane, doing 40. Got a guy on my tail for a while and doesn't want to go around me. Let me guess, it's a burgundy SUV. Let's see. No, it's a gray one. Why do you want to tailgate people when you get 3 lanes, buddy? Just cruising. So this is kind of interesting. This is nice. Does this mean I have to just live stream everywhere I drive and I won't get harassed? Interesting. Maybe we all have to link up cameras to the front and back of our cars that live stream to YouTube, every targeted individual. And then we just flood YouTube with all of that. And then they can keep stalking us, and then it can be proved through all of the millions of instances they see. Wow, post office is busy. Yeah, I have a GoPro too. Oh, I didn't get a knockoff. I got an actual GoPro a while ago when I still had money. When I was just learning what was going on here. Wow, look at the cars here. Oh, it's, let's see. Oh, they've got probably double duty because they were closed yesterday for George Bush's funeral. All right. Oh, here come the, yep, here they come. It's usually perfect timing of the camera. People walk in front of your car, but I mean, it's like they're just standing there. Alright, So I'm gonna take this in. Will is gonna hang out in the truck, and I think I might just leave this live. Excuse me. All right, this is my trip into the post office. This is what I do on a daily basis. Well, every 2 days, something like that. As often as I can. I'll be right back, buddy. I gotta take 2 trips. There's a lot of stuff. I'll be right back. This box is full of records. This one's heavy. All right, start the truck. I'll be right back, buddy. I'm sure that was pretty boring for everybody. Of course, when I went in there, there was a new guy that I'd never seen before, and he says, "Oh, you again?" I said, "What?" It's funny. I've never seen this guy before in my life. So that's what's called gaslighting. Now this guy's gonna walk behind my truck. Yeah, I see you, dude. Hey, to the 8 people that are here that just, well, a couple of you probably know what I'm doing, but we're just sitting there looking at a post office going, what's going on here? Just doing a little driving. So yeah, the guy in the post office, I don't remember ever seeing that guy's face before. They've got multiple people working in there, and then they got that guy that says in front of all these people, "Oh, it's you again." And of course you're going to think if somebody says you again, you've never seen this person before. Maybe I saw him a couple years ago and I forgot his face. He just looks like every other guy with a long sleeve button up shirt with gel in his hair and a beard, works at the post office. But then he says really loud, "Oh, well, I remember you," you know, trying to make it look like don't know what sorry, buddy, I don't remember your face. Alright, so notice this red car that pulls up right as I am. It's right as you're getting up to the intersection. They want to pull out. Actually, this is 25 right here. Going a little fast. But we'll slow down to what the speed limit actually says, which nobody observes here in Phoenix, I've noticed. Get on the 17, it's like 75, 80 miles an hour. You drive the speed limit, people run you over. Alright, well, if anybody's just having their coffee this morning and waking up, hope you enjoy this drive through the west side of Phoenix. Cool. I haven't had any coffee in a few days. I think I might grab one in here. And you guys can kind of see what the a Dodge truck. Oh, here comes the traffic. Here comes the traffic. And then they stop, slow down, they act like, oh, I don't know what to do. We're wearing the same color shirt. Should I stop? Should I go left, right? I've never walked out of a store back to my car before. So, but you notice the timing of the walkers, The Walking Dead. All right. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna leave this here for y'all to hang out with Willis and I don't know. Grab that. Hey, I'm back. All right. The guy in QT was really friendly to me, and I told him, hey, man, you're a really friendly guy. I appreciate that. More people need to be like you. He got a big old smile on his face. So. Little things like that. Pretty awesome. All right. Back on the road. Hey, 10 people. How you doing? Let's get our eyes back on the road here. All right. Oh, this guy. So that, I mean, this guy had the whole area to walk. He just literally bumped in the front of my truck walking. Huh. Well, here we go. Walking Dead. Now hold on. I just want to show this real quick. So these people sit in red cars in parking lots, and there's one right there. She's just sitting there. Hi, waved at her. Those are the people I'm talking about when I talk about how in this program they use zone defense. They'll just have somebody just sitting, and then they'll give whoever a signal once they get the GPS, you know, signal, whatever, however they do it, once they're notified. And then the Truman Show pops into action. And so of course, well, I'm live streaming, and my live streaming isn't getting interrupted. It's settled down a little bit, which is kind of nice. I can sit here and talk to a few people while I drive, and not have to deal with as much as I usually get. So. I'm sorry my camera is a little shaky. I realized that Pep Boys, and now I'm 99.9% sure, I guess I can't accuse them, but this is what it seems like. Took my truck to Pep Boys. I have a Chevy truck that I've had for a long time, and the brakes were going out. So here's a truck with the tire broken off, facing the wrong way just now. Anyway, speaking of, jeez. So yeah, I go to Pep Boys, I take my truck in, I get the brake, I pay like 700 something, almost 800 bucks to have them do my brakes all the way around, the calipers. I was gonna have my daughter drive that truck. Paid all that money, had them do it. Within a couple weeks, the pedals started going all the way down to the floor. Like they didn't bleed the brakes properly, they did something, you know, so that didn't work. And I'm like, oh geez, I just had this done, why won't they work? So then I took this truck in and got 2 new tires put on the back. I walk up to the counter and pay, and they have an old tire with a rim with a big nick in the rim. Leaning up against the counter, and then the guy leans over and he gets this smile on his face, and he says, oh man, we couldn't get your tires balanced, your rim's bent. I'm like, my rim's bent? My rim's never been bent before. How is it all of a sudden bent now? He's like, yeah, we couldn't get it balanced. And I've driven on the freeway 70, 75, 80 miles an hour in certain places, and I'd never had anything wobble, anything. So I go get these 2 new tires on, all of a sudden I have a bent rim, and when I get up to 70, not even 70, over 60 miles an hour now, my 4Runner starts shaking, you know, and these guys let you know that they're destroying your things in front of your face, and then try to get you to explain it. And say, oh, that guy's crazy. That guy's crazy. It's gaslighting. It's gas. There's nothing other than gaslighting. That's one of the most important terms that people need to learn and understand that don't know about this whole thing. It's run on gaslighting. So hi, 10 people that are here. How you doing? Glad you're here, driving around Arizona, west side Phoenix with me. This is pretty much what it looks like everywhere around here. Wish I could zoom in on this. I don't think I can. Alright, again, anybody that's just now logging on to this channel and wondering why we're driving through Phoenix, I'm just recording traffic and talking about some random things. If you want to go back to my first videos in November of 2017 when I was freaking out, when I didn't know what was really going on, when I didn't have the information that I have now. Yeah, you're living in complete fear when you have all this stuff going on and you don't have the information that, to process all of this. You don't know why people would do this. You don't know, the history behind it. They have never heard about satanic ritual abuse, SRA. There's all kinds of information coming out now. There's a lot of, I almost call them mainstream media now, because a lot of people aren't listening to the mainstream media. They're like these channels on YouTube or Patreon or Periscope that have, millions of subscribers. That's, they're getting better ratings on a whole than all of the mainstream media. So, that's where most people still aren't in the dark getting their information. Hey, it's raining. Oh man, we're gonna have a tough time. If I turn my windshield wipers on, my dog's gonna try to get them. Willis, I need you to be calm, buddy. He gets a little worked up over stuff, after people have broken into our house multiple times while I've been gone, and I come home and he's laying on the floor shaking. He has a reason to be a little freaked out. Yeah, the rain is awesome, especially in the desert. When it rains for more than like 10 minutes. I can see fine. Whoa, there he goes. It's okay, buddy. The windshield wipers are our friends. It's okay. Hey, come on, go back here. Go back here. It's all right, bud. All right, so I'm just about home. I've got a couple blocks to go. And that was pretty uneventful, thankfully. So it made for a boring live stream. But it also helped me with a pretty relaxing drive. So I got to talk to some people that are clearly paying attention to the same thing that I am. And got a little force field. I've got a camera behind me too. I've got just a little $20 camera from Walmart that just records on a loop. So if anything ridiculous happens, I can go home, upload it, and prove more of what I'm talking about. So, but it's worked more as like a force field for these people that leave me alone mostly. It's really, really, really subtle when I'm recording. So that's nice. So the red car on the right. It's just through repetition, so you have to. Oh, okay. No, they're one of the newer cars that they have their blinkers that switch back and forth. when they switch blinkers, so that's normal. Audis, the newer Dodges. So, yeah, that it's not that there are red cars, that there are a lot of red cars. It's that they will be at most intersections turning at the same time. There'll be like 5 or 6 of them all meeting at the intersection, just like the guys in the Shriner cars at the parades. If you look up YouTube videos of the Shriners driving around in circles doing all this tactical driving in red cars, once you become targeted, you start to notice some similarities in that, and then you start to research the history of a cult and these groups. You start to realize that they hide everything in plain sight, and they will show you in some way what they are doing to you, or what they are doing in general. It's like the rule. But the way they show you is like some kind of weird riddle that you have to figure out, and if you don't figure it out and you're screwed over by it, then they think it's your fault because they told you. But they never tell you, hey, we're telling you in these weird ways. It's like you have to figure it out on your own. All right, so I live in this beautiful neighborhood. It's the nicest place I've ever lived in my life, biggest house I've ever lived in. I repeat this a lot because people think like, well, how are you a targeted individual? You live in this beautiful neighborhood. I rented this house for $1,200. The housing bubble popped. It overbuilt out here. They were just trying to get renters in these houses to fill them up, save their investments, pretty much. Yeah, it really is. Without the organized stalking and harassment out here, I'd say this is my favorite place I've ever lived, including California. Sunsets are beautiful. The weather is awesome, except for when it's 122 in the summer. But I really am. I feel blessed to have had the opportunity to be in this house and to be in this area and to enjoy all of the different things that it has to offer. But man, it sure does make it tough when people are harassing you every single place you go, so you can't enjoy that. So anyway, all right, I made it home. I need to take my daughter to an appointment where usually the front desk clerks give me some direct conversation, so that's always a great time. Thanks for driving with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and log out, and I don't know, maybe I'll do another one when we're driving later, but yeah, thanks for hanging out. Again, if anybody is new to my channel and you're just checking out these videos and wondering why I'm just driving through town, talking about weird traffic anomalies and different stuff, just go back, check out my earlier videos in November 2017. See me freaking out over this and panicking pretty much because I didn't know all the information, and watch it progress as I learn what was actually going on, and I gain my stability in what I know is to be true. So hey, thank you, Nicola, and everybody that's going through this, and that's here trying to network and get the word out about this, that this needs to stop. This is no way for humanity to function. Anyway, I'm going to shut my truck off. I'm in the garage. I don't want to fall asleep out here. All right, everybody have a good day.